What is up? All right, here's a video on the T-knot. T-knot looks like this. It's great for high-low rigs, flounder rigs, anything where you're looking to reduce the amount of hardware that you got on your leader, and you're just looking for simple, clean knots. You can get crazy with it. You could do, tie a few of them on there. Put a, 2-ounce sinker here with the gulp mullet right here, and then troll it along the ocean for flounder. You can tie 3 of them on there, do a simple high-low rig. Again, these knots are awesome. It's one of my favorites. I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to tie it twice. The second time, it's going to be a little bit more tricks of how I do it. And here we go. Okay, for the sake of the video, I'm just using a small piece of leader. You can use as big or as small as you want. 2-3 feet, doesn't matter. Just for the sake of it, here's a small piece. I'm just going to fold it in half to make it easier. I'm going to do my first knot and my first loop. So I'm just doing this, making a loop. Just like that. I'm going to take the top part and put it through this bottom part. I'm going to wrap it 3 times. I'd suggest really doing it 5 to 8. That's how the knot's the strongest. The more times you wrap it, the stronger the knot's going to be. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. After that, I pull tight. I got my loop and my first knot, and now I'm going to go on to the second knot. I'm going to take these 2 pieces, these 2. I'm going to fold it over each other. I'm going to take the right piece and fold it over the left. You can do left to right, doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to take the top one, I'm going to fold it underneath the bottom one. Again, I'm just going to do it 3 times. Like I said before, 5 to 8 is typically the best. So there's 3 right there. Okay, so this new hole that I have right here, I'm going to take my first knot and the loop, both of them, and put them through this way. So once I get them through, I'm going to slowly pull tight. And that's it. It's pretty simple. All right, do it one more time. I'm going to show you a little bit slower and do the second portion. I'll do that a little bit slower as well. The second portion is always the hardest. Again, I'm just going to fold it in half. Make my first knot, or my first knot in the loop. So again, it's just this, just like this. Top one through the bottom one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Pull tight. I got that. Now, the top part, I'm going to try to do this as big as I can so you can see it. Once I cross it over, I'm going to hold the 2 tag ends in my pinkies. This loop that I have in the middle, I'm going to hold with my middle finger to keep it tight. So that way, I can kind of manipulate and make the top portion stick up a little higher than the bottom one. Just like that. So now the top one, here's the bottom one, I'm going to wrap it underneath. There's 1, there's 2, and here's 3. Now I'm going to take the loop and the knot on the first one, put them both through the hole, and pull tight. When you're pulling tight, you don't want it to be up here, you don't want it to be here, you want both knots to be touching. So when I do this, I pull tight, and done. If you're using 10, 15, even 20-pound test, you might notice a small gap. If you notice a gap, just push the top knot down to sort of touch with the bottom one to get all that slack out, and just keep pulling tight and then work your way through it. It will work. It's kind of a pain, but just take your time, work your way through it, and you'll get to where you need it to be. To get the hook onto this, it's simple. This loop is not going anywhere. It's super tight. So what I always do is I just take a pair of scissors, or anything really, and cut it. Now I have all this to work with. If you make a bigger loop, you can make it a lot longer. It's up to you. It's all depending on what you're trying to fish for and what you want to use it for. You can snell your hook on there, throw some beads and maybe a swivel or something, something to make it a little bit flashy if you're going after certain types of fish. Whatever you want, makes it easy. Again, that's the T-knot. Super simple, super effective, works great. One of my favorite knots. Give it a shot. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you want to see some other videos on knots, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. I try to make them as simple as I can. Hopefully you got it. Hopefully you learned from it. If you didn't, just let me know and I'll help you out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.